What's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, if you're a new subscriber, or if you've just found this video by chance, hello, my name is Dakota, and I have been very bad about posting online recently. I have been going through a lot of shit recently. This is my third time trying to film this video. I just don't really know where to start, what to say, but I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys because I miss making videos for YouTube. I miss making content on any social media platform. And I've been getting a lot of questions and comments and messages recently asking me, are you ever gonna come back to making videos on YouTube? Are you ever gonna start posting again? Like, what happened to you? Are you good? So in this video, I really want to hopefully try and give you guys some clarity and some insight onto why I have kind of disappeared off the face of the internet, and what I plan on doing moving forward with my platforms. So I feel like I'm only 25, so I can't really call this like a midlife crisis. I guess I could probably call this more of like a quarter life crisis. But basically, I have been going through an insanely transformative period. I have been experiencing some incredibly humbling things, and it has genuinely rocked the foundation of who I thought I was, and my self-confidence and my self-concept have been shot to shit recently. Especially when it came to posting online and making videos for YouTube, I felt like I wasn't really... Basically, it just felt like I was playing a character, especially on YouTube, and I wasn't really making videos that were actually very interesting to me. I was just making videos about stuff that I knew that my audience would like. So, these type of sit-down videos where I would talk about hot topics in the transgender community or hot topics in the political world, or I would review products that, yes, I used, but I also knew that my audience would be interested in. And that's good. I still want to make videos like that, but it's not what I want my entire online personality to be. It started feeling very impersonal, and along with all of the other things that I was experiencing in my personal life, I started to feel like I was losing my concept of self, and I was just kind of becoming this shell of a person who really only mirrored the people that I was trying to emulate online or that I was interacting with in real life. So yeah, the takeaway of it, the long story short version of it, is just I really had a weak sense of self, and I have spent over a year now trying to become less codependent on my loved ones, work through the sort of attachment issues that I have, work through this tangled web in my head of who I am versus who I want to be versus who other people want me to be. I was simultaneously very selfish in certain aspects of my life, and at the same time very selfless in the sense of I would do whatever people wanted me to do, or I would do things specifically just to please other people. I was a big people pleaser, and I wasn't thinking for myself in some aspects of my life, but then in other aspects of my life I was only thinking of myself. And I lost a lot of friendships because of it. I lost a relationship because of it. And I have been just kind of working through the consequences of my behavior over the past year. And it has been very, very difficult. And I just did not have the mental or the emotional bandwidth to be going through everything that I was going through while also making genuine content that I enjoyed and that I felt good about posting online for people to see. I've also been struggling a lot with living in a foreign country. For those of you who don't know, I moved from the United States to Italy years ago. I think this is going to be my 5th year here in Italy. And it's been very difficult navigating, the bureaucratic side of things, all the paperwork and the documents and stuff. That's been a crazy, crazy thing getting used to. Then, of course, after I graduated university here, I was thrown into the workforce, and it took me a while to find a job here. I'm still currently in the process of getting settled at my current job. I love what I do. I have a great time doing it, but it's still an adjustment for me because what I do for work now, I work at a marketing agency, and I'm a content creator at that marketing agency. So I've also been struggling with making content for a living for an actual agency. and then coming home and being like, okay, now I have to make content for myself and for my own personal like social media channels. And it's like, okay, but I was burnt out and I didn't have the motivation to make stuff for my personal channels because I have been making stuff for 8 hours a day every day. So yeah, I've just been kind of juggling, you know, being burnt out, being unmotivated, being in a very dark place mentally, relapsing on some old habits that I had kicked a long time ago, all this type of shit. It's just been really hard recently. And I'm very sorry that I did disappear off the face of the internet, but I do want to come back. This video is me telling you I'm here still, I want to come back, but I really want to focus on making content that I feel good about and that I actually enjoy making, instead of it feeling like a second job. I would really like to revive my old vlog series, Proof of Life. I really want to start making more lifestyle content because, like I said, my presence online has felt just really impersonal recently, and I don't like that. I started my channels way back in like 2017, I think is when I started this YouTube channel, with the idea of creating a community where I would meet people online, other queer people, what have you, and I would create a community where we would help each other out, we would give each other advice, we would talk about our lives. I wanted to create a safe space where people could just be themselves and know that if they were here with me, it was a judgment-free zone. In the upcoming future, I do plan on returning to YouTube. I do plan on returning to Instagram and to TikTok, or at least posting more frequently on those platforms. But it's gonna look a little bit different. Just talking to you guys about life, because like, life has been fucking insane. I have experienced some incredibly humbling things, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm like virtue signaling or whatever, but like, genuinely, I think that in the past year, I have experienced ego death.
That's a big word for Elmo.
Like, I feel like my entire sense of self has been completely turned on its head, and I am still kind of relearning who I am, who I want to be. Everything about myself, I feel like I'm rediscovering. And if you guys want to stay and stick around and learn and grow with me, I would be absolutely stoked to have you guys along with me on this journey. And of course, like I said, I will still be making videos talking about, you know, hot topics or talking about products and stuff like that, because I do also enjoy that stuff, like I said. But I just want to do social media in a way that makes me happy again. I want to do social media in a way that feels authentic and in a way that can not only help me navigate life, but might also help you guys navigate your own lives as well. So it might take me a while to be comfortable opening up about some of the things that I've been through, because some of the stuff that I went through, I am still currently going through. I'm just trying to relearn who Dakota is. You guys understand what I mean. I'm losing my train of thought here because I'm trying not to get too emotional. I'm a very sensitive person, I have discovered over the past year. And my therapist says that that's a good thing, and I shouldn't try to repress what I feel just because I'm scared of making people uncomfortable with my emotions. And so, like I said, if you're still here after all this time, if you're still wanting to stick around with me, I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate your guys' continued support for me. And yeah, I really hope that you guys will enjoy this next phase in my life as much as I hopefully will enjoy this next phase in my life. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here at this point, like I said, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you guys are still watching my shit. So yeah, let's see where this next phase of life takes me, or I guess takes us, since we're in this together. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.